I started recording start hua. Okay, yes. So we saw grammar definition Vn sigma Ps. Okay, and then we talked about even Chomsky hierarchy. Then in through Chomsky hierarchy, we said there would be different types. So we already addressed type 3, which is regular grammar in previous session. Now, for few weeks or a week or so, we are going to talk about context-free grammar. Now, a grammar is said to be context-free grammar if all of its productions are of the form A gives alpha, where A belongs to Vn and alpha belongs to Vn union sigma star. Correct. Now, let me take a grammar like this. For example, S give only one variable towards left, right hand side can contain anything. That's what this A gives alpha means. Correct. This means. So I took this grammar, which looks like to have this form. Correct. So now I'm trying to find out from S, can I generate or derive this string? So I started with S gives AAS because this, if I choose this A, then it will terminate. So I don't want this to be taken. So that's why I took this AAS. Then I have to replace this variable. So I took SVA as a replacement for this A, and then S was written as it is. Now I got SVA. Now I have to replace this S. Okay. Again, so I put this A there. So I got two A's. Now why I wanted this A? Because I want to preserve, I want to follow this string. I have to derive this string. That's why. So AA, then B was taken as it is AS. Now A, I had BA, so I put that because I wanted two B's. So I got two B's and then A. And then last S, I replaced it by A with this. Correct. So what are the thing that we got from S till this? So this whole process would be called as derivation. Okay, and what are the stages that are there in the derivation? In between, whatever you see towards left, right side of every derivation. Okay, for every stage of derivation, each thing except the final would be referred as sentential form. This would be, this we are going to refer as, this would be referred as yield or output string. Fine. Okay, so when we do talk about such kind of derivation, now if you see, while I considered here each the derivation stages in between, so I can directly write like this: S derives in multiple steps, AA, BB, AA, because it took few steps, correct, to reach to this string. So I can write this. So it now, what are the strings that are getting generated, like that are getting derived from S? They would be part of language over that grammar G. Correct. So you collect such kind of strings and you keep adding them into this set of language. So set of strings which are accepted or which are generated or which are derived from starting symbol S from and following the productions given in your production set. So all such strings would be part of LG. That's what we earlier even saw. Fine. Now, if you carefully see, while I started deriving this, like starting with start symbol S, by considering this string, I got one or more than one variable towards right side every time. Every time what I did here in this case is I replaced leftmost variable. So I replaced this A instead of this S. Correct? So I got SB A and then S as it is. Then I replace this S again leftmost variable because I do have A there. Then I got two variables again AS. I replaced leftmost variable. I got only one variable remaining now and I replace this. So this one, like if you follow replacing leftmost variable every time, then this would be referred as leftmost derivation. Correct. Now let me talk about then other mechanism. So suppose if I start like this, I had AAS. Now I want last string to be A. So I will replace AAA. Correct. Now what I will do is, can I write directly BA for A or SS? No. So what I need to do is I will write A. I will replace this S. I will replace this S by S B A A. Then I get A S B. I replace this A by now B A. So I got this A to be B A. This A as it is, this B as it is, and now I got A, B, B, A. Can you see some difference between these two? This also is derivation. Okay, this also is derivation. This also is derivation. So what is difference between each? These both. Here I replaced always leftmost variable. Correct? Sorry, rightmost variable, not leftmost, rightmost variable. Here I replaced always leftmost variable. So that's why this was leftmost derivation, and now we are going to call it as rightmost derivation. Correct? Any problem with this? Yes, understood what we did here. So let us define, let us give the definition. So how are we going to define this leftmost derivation? A derivation S gives in multiple steps alpha is called as leftmost derivation. Okay, if we apply a production, okay, a production only to the leftmost variable at every step. Fine. So how we defined it? Leftmost derivation is defined as a derivation with assumption S is starting symbol. If we can reach to alpha, what is S? S is Vn and start symbol. Alpha is what? Alpha belongs to sigma star. Fine. Alpha belongs to sigma star. Is that okay? Now, how will you define rightmost variable, rightmost derivation? A derivation S gives alpha is called as rightmost derivation. Okay. If we apply a production only to the rightmost variable at every step. Now, when I said every step, I mean by either of these steps or either of these steps. Correct? In both the cases. Understood? Yes, understood. Any question, problem? Any question, any problem? So if you have any question or problem, you can ask me so that we can work out. So if you don't have a problem, we will start with one example which you have to solve. Fine. So let us say we have been given a grammar G, correct? And that grammar G contains productions like this. Okay. So let us take the grammar S gives 0B / 1A. Is it visible? Yes, S gives 0B 1A. A gives 0 0S 1AA. B gives 1 1S 0 BB. Now, can you give me derivation which is leftmost as well as rightmost? So 0 0 1 1. So 0 0 1 1, and then you should get 0 1 0 1. So 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 1. Try to give me leftmost derivation like this, as well as rightmost derivation for this grammar. Okay. Try solving this problem and post your solutions. So I will add these notes on our WhatsApp group too. Okay. 310. This is right mode derivation. I added that. Now I am adding the question. Okay. Now try solving this question. You have to give me leftmost derivation as well as rightmost derivation for this grammar. Fine. Try solving that. I added that on WhatsApp group. Try to solve it. Give me both. Okay, when you are done, you should let me know so that I can work out with next topic. Okay, so you have to solve this one, and when you are done, you can post it on WhatsApp group so that we can verify whether your solution is correct or not. Fine. Start with it. Done with it. Yes, Akash gave the solution. 0B 0 0 BB. So you gave rightmost derivation, Akash.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Can you give me leftmost derivation as well?
Okay, sir. We'll try.
And somebody should check it whether Akash gave the right solution or not. So we got leftmost derivation 2 by Abhilasha. Akash check Abhilasha's solution, and Abhilasha you check Akash's solution, and let me know like whether is it correct or not. By the way, whatever the photos that you have captured and you are sending me on WhatsApp, preserve them. You have to upload all of them by putting dates respectively. Okay. We will be adding them as in a classwork kind of. There will be some marks associated with each of that. So please preserve those copies. So Abhilasha, have you verified for Akash solution?
Checking, sir.
Okay. Akash, you also check for her solution.
Okay, sir.
So, okay, I got B, one is left most. A. Okay, Alisha and Mahesh. I assume Mahesh and Alisha, you check respective solutions. Like Alisha's solution will be checked by Mahesh. Mahesh, you please evaluate or see Alisha's solution. And we are done. You can put me the message. Okay, Vaishnavi and Anmol, you try to check the solutions given by Okay, when you are done, you put thumb there, like so that I can find out whether have you verified it or not. Okay, till you verify. Okay, correct. Abhilasha, you will let Akash check Abhilasha's solution and let me know so that we can work out. By the way, I am writing next definition, so you can read that at that time. I will read it after I'm done. You already must have seen this definition without talking particularly few aspects related to grammar, but then this is a general definition that you will see with the graph theory as well. Okay. If the vertices n1, n2, nj written with labels x1, x2, dot 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 xj are the sorry. Okay, if the vertices, okay, so let us see, if the vertices n1 and 2 till nj written with the labels x1, x2, xj, okay, are the children's of vertex n, okay, with label a, then a gives x1, x2, dot 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 xj is a production in capital P, correct? And last definition, last part of this definition, okay, which we have to work out. The other fifth point, vertex n is a leaf, okay, if its label is some a belonging to sigma. So some input symbol from sigma or epsilon, correct? That means what? Then n is the only child. Okay, n is the only child of its father. That means what? Like we are talking about a relationship in a tree, correct? N is the only son of its father. Okay, if its label is epsilon. Right, now let us revise. Let us read this definition one more time. So by that time I got solutions. Gaude, Moini, then Vaishnavi. Okay. Yes, like you can evaluate in between yourself. Okay, maybe later. Yeah. So I will read the definition. So we define a derivation tree or parse like this. A derivation tree, also called a parse tree, for a context-free grammar. Note, we can draw derivation tree or parse tree only, like this is our rule that we are forming. It can be only done for context-free grammar. Like for example, grammar G is context-free grammar with these parameters is a tree satisfying following condition. First condition, every vertex has a label which is a variable or terminal or epsilon. So either of them, like it could be same symbol from Vn, symbol from sigma or epsilon. The root has a label S in starting symbol, correct? Then the label of an internal vertex or node is a variable. If the vertices n1, n2, nj written with the labels x1, x2, xj are the children of vertex n with label a, then a gives x1, x2, dot 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 xj is a production in capital P. When a vertex n is a leaf if its label is a belonging to sigma or it can be epsilon. Now n is the only child of its father if its label is epsilon. Fine. Now we will try to draw for this case. Okay, so we have a string. I will write that grammar one more time. S gives AAS, and then small a, and A gives SBA slash SS slash BA, and the string that we thought was AA EB AA. Now let us try to use this leftmost derivation. Note that we will always draw this derivation tree or parse tree only for leftmost derivation. Okay, so we can write this. We always will construct derivation or parse tree for only the leftmost derivation. This is our rule. Okay. In graph theory, you must have heard or worked out with this particular theorem. So we'll skip it for a while, and we are now targeting towards this particular production set. S gives AAS or A gives SBA, SS, and BA, and we are supposed to derive this string. So we already gave derivation for this string like this. Fine. Now we have to work out with the tree. Let us work out. So the first production, as we said, S is the start variable. So we are going to have root has label S. Now we applied AAS, correct? Like this. In this case, we applied AAS. Then we applied SBA. So this S, B, A, and this S was as it is, correct? Then SBA, this S was replaced by A, correct? AS, so AAB, A. Now this A is to be replaced by B, A, and this S is replaced by A, correct? Now one can see that this looks like a tree, correct? So maybe to show it, you can do like this. You can draw this kind of structure. Fine. Now leaves are which cannot be derived because there is no production for these terminals. So A, B, A. Now if you start collecting these leaves values, okay, the leaves values from left to right. So A, B, A, then this will be referred as yield of a tree. Yield of a tree, correct? So this is how you can draw the parse tree. Fine. Now your target is like what are the leftmost derivation that you give to me through your messages. For each leftmost derivation that you give, okay, you have to draw parse tree for this. Understood this one? Yes, please. Understood or not? You can let me know if you haven't. आकाश समझ में आ गया? वैष्णवी, अभिलाषा.
Sir, can you repeat once?
Okay. So you tree definition is the okay. Understood tree definition?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you are going to do is this is a production set given to you. This is a production set given to you. Okay, which we saw here, right? With this example, I'm concentrating on this leftmost derivation because I wanted to derive this string. But now I don't want to derive it, but I want to show it through the parse tree. So I started with S gives AAS. So I wrote AAS, correct? Yeah, S gives AAS. Then I replaced A by my appropriate definition, which I replaced A by SBA. So I took SBA, correct? And this S was kept as it is, like I haven't touched it. So I replaced this S by A. So I wrote this A. Then this B was kept as it is. Then this A is to be replaced like this and then done. Fine. So this is how, if you collect values of leaves or leaves from left to right, then we call it as yield or output of a tree. From left to right you have to collect. So that means what? This is a derivation tree for or parse tree for this string. Now done.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Got
Now if let me give you maybe okay, we'll take another example. Okay, where we'll try to see can we give more than one parse trees. Fine. So note that as I wrote here, you have to note this always. Okay, what we wrote, I will add this definition on our WhatsApp group. You have to always keep in mind, okay, that you have to always keep in mind that the red marked one, we always will construct derivation or parse tree only for the leftmost derivation. And this was a tree diagram that we constructed. Fine. Okay, now we will take a tree example or maybe a grammar like this. Suppose S gives S plus S, S minus S, A, B. Now I want you to draw a tree for me as A plus A minus B. How will you derive this thing? First, let us do this. So if I start with this, S gives S plus S, correct? Now leftmost variable is to be U replaced. So I write A plus S because I have S gives A. So I write A plus, now S is to be replaced by S minus S, A plus A minus S, A plus A minus B, correct? So this is my derived string. So if you see here, I can give another leftmost derivation. Now here, instead of S plus S, I will start with S minus S. Now I will replace this S by S plus S minus S. Now I place A plus S minus S, A plus A minus S, A plus A minus B. Can you see that for same string, we gave two leftmost derivations. Understood what I said? See how I replaced, this was the grammar given to you, S plus S, S minus S and A and B. And the string which is to be derived by me is A plus A minus B. Fine, with assumption that plus minus A, B are part of sigma and S is only variable in the grammar. So if I start by S plus S, so I will write S plus S, I will replace leftmost variable. So I will mark it so that it would be clear for us. I will mark it which I replaced here every time. Correct. Now in this case, I give S minus S, then I replace this by this, then I replace this, then I replace this, then I replace this. Can you see some difference here? Where is the difference between two? The difference can be seen only in first two steps. Correct? But otherwise, rest of the things look same. Am I correct? Yes.
Yes,
Vaishnavi?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So
Yes, sir.
if you can give for a string two leftmost derivation, let me make it clear. Let us define this so that it would be clear to you. Okay, let me write the definition. A string W, okay, belonging to language accepted by grammar G or language over grammar G is said to be ambiguous, ambiguous if there exist two leftmost derivations, or you may say two derivation, that means parse tree, correct? A string W is said to be ambiguous if there exists two leftmost derivation or derivation or parse tree for W. So this grammar would be called as, or this string is called as ambiguous. So this A plus A minus B is said to be ambiguous because we can see here, we got two different derivations. So if I try drawing this diagram or a tree, so I got this S. So I will write terminals with some separate color. So this is plus, okay. Then we replaced it by, so we said this is A plus, now this is to be replaced as S, and now this is minus, correct? Now this one would be A, and this one would be B. So A plus A minus B, correct? Now I have drawn it for this. Now here you can see I got first level is S plus S. Now here I am replacing that level with this particular derivation. So I will be getting S, okay. So 1, 2, 3. Now here I have minus. Instead of plus, I am having minus. So here I have this is plus, this is S, this is S, correct? Now this one and this one. So this is A plus A minus B. Can you see these two parse trees or these two leftmost derivation? Okay. So if a grammar derives a string which is ambiguous, if a grammar or if a language, let us say a language over grammar G contains a W which is derived from given grammar G, and W is ambiguous, then grammar is also called as ambiguous grammar. Are you with me? What I said? See, let me repeat this. How I constructed this. I started with this S plus S. So I wrote S plus S, correct? Then I replaced S by A in this case. Then I took this plus as it is. The next stage I replaced S minus S. Then I replaced this S by A. Then I kept minus as it is. The next stage P. If you see, do you see any change in both the parts? Are they same? Are they same? Yield wise, they are same. But if I see stage wise, they are different. But both of them are leftmost derivation or these derivation trees. And that's what I said. We are going to draw derivation trees for this only. Fine. If now let us define this ambiguous grammar definition. Okay, let me write it. A CFG is said to be ambiguous if there exists some W, okay, belonging to LG which is ambiguous, correct? So CFG G is said to be ambiguous if there exists some W belonging to LG which is ambiguous. Right? So understood this one? Any question with it? If there is any, you can ask me. So let me add this whole thing there. Read this, okay, and I will give you one example. Okay, take this one, and you have to show me that this grammar is ambiguous. I am writing that example over here. S gives S, B, S, A. Show that the grammar containing this production is ambiguous. What you have to do? What you have to do? Find out some string which can be generated using these productions, which will have two leftmost derivations. Correct? How will you work out with it? So how will you find out the string? So maybe I will start by generating the string. So I can say ABA, but ABA cannot be ambiguous because I am going to replace one variable at a time. Correct? Leftmost variable at a time. So how exactly we are replacing would be a question. So let me take like this. How can I go about this? So if this is a problem given to me, so I will replace S as SBS. Okay, then S would be replaced by A. I'm going to keep this B. Now I will take AB. Again, let me take SBS. So A, B, A, B, S. A, B, A, B. Okay, can we take again SBS? A, B, A, B, A, B, A. Correct? So I got this string. Can you give another leftmost derivation for this? So let me write it. SBS. So I will not replace S by now A, but I will write SBS for this case and this BS as it is. Okay. So I get how many B's I am getting? 3. So let me write again this S would be replaced by SBS, then this BS, BS. I am replacing this now by A. So AB, SB, SBS. So AB, AB, SBS. Then I am getting AB, AB, ABS. Then I am getting AB, 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 A. So AB, AB, ABA, AB, AB, ABA. So you can see here I got for same string I got two different leftmost derivation. So ultimately this grammar would be ambiguous. Understood? So you have to work out a string when you are given a grammar G and you are asked to prove whether the given grammar G is ambiguous or not. So you have to find out some string which will generate an or which will create an ambiguity, whether to use this one or this one. This is ambiguity, correct? Fine. So this is how you try to find out the string. Any question with it? If there is any, you can ask me. Vaishnavi, any question?
No, sir.
Understood? Good.
Yes, sir.
Akash? Rameshwar?
No, sir.
Okay, so we'll stop here. Fine.
Okay.
And we'll have lecture again next week.